Yo, what up guys, iReapism here, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at something really weird with redstone repeaters and comparators and how they behave and how they differ, and I really want to showcase this to you guys. But before we do that, I want to start off with the basics over here, and I want to tell you I stumbled upon this when testing for specific command-like things. So let's start out with a fill clock. Now, what is a fill clock, you might ask? It's the fastest clock in the game in which you can set a region of command blocks or redstone blocks that will fire 20 times a second, being the fastest clock in the game because game ticks 20 every second, and that's how the game handles information and procedures and tasks. So yeah, that's all nice and dandy, but what I really want to get into is what really breaks with this whole system over here. So what I discovered is that this is too fast for my liking, or well, it's too fast for the system to handle, and I'm going to show you a command that I used that wasn't able. This is an example of a nested execute command. So what this is it's a double execute. So an execute, it follows coordinates and then you insert your commands here, and I inserted another execute. And surprisingly, you can do all this. This is called a nested execute, and I nested an execute that will only run if you're on Team Reaper, and then this will execute from you, and then if you meet these parameters, it'll do this. It'll do the test 4 at the end there, right? So yeah, that's cool and everything. But one of the systems I was using wouldn't detect it at all. Like, the comparator wouldn't fire at all, and the reason for this, I discovered, is that it's too fast. So let me explain something. Let's talk in terms of ticks. So on 20 times a second, the redstone block spawn. So on tick 0, a redstone block spawns and a command's in here and it's true. So it takes 1 tick for this to turn on, this comparator. Now on tick 1, the one following 0, it checks this command block again because it's running 20 times a second, and it returns false. So do you think this will actually turn on? It doesn't, and that's the problem. It's too fast. The comparators can't handle the speed of a fill clock for most cases that I looked at. For some it will. It depends on what you use, but if you're looking for a reading, a 1 tick in between reading, it is very difficult to get it to fire. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have a system where you need a fast clock to detect, but you're returning true and false every other tick, it's probably not going to work, a fill clock. So I came up with other things. Now, a hopper clock isn't too bad, guys, actually. It fires every 0.8 of a second. So I came up with something over here, but we'll get into that in a little bit here. First, let's talk about comparators and repeaters. So which one do you think will go first? It turns out the repeater does. So as you can see, repeater and comparator. This might be due to the way I'm setting the region of redstone. But these should fire at the same exact tick, and these should fire or receive those signals and translate them into 1 tick distribution throughout the next comparator, right? So if that's true, then repeaters win. But how about a 1 tick pulse? Now, if you don't know what a 1 tick pulse is, simply it's this, and let me just demonstrate this really quick. So I'm going to power this, and this is how 1 tick works. It takes 1 tick for, it's just a little quirk with sticky pistons. It doesn't have enough time to retract that because the signal right there is so minute, tiny, and it's really ephemeral, so it won't really last that long for it to realize it needs to go back down, so it just leaves a block there. Interestingly, this does not happen with comparators. Watch this. This one says repeater, this one says comparator. I'm not doing tricks, guys. This is the real deal. Look at this. It does not work at all. This might explain some of the things with the fill clock. Like, it's way too fast for it to even output. If it's, the quick, the true and false. This acts as the same thing as the 1 tick. it's a true and false value really quick, and this can't handle it. This is what's happening, guys. So now I just want to showcase this. This is a hopper fill clock that I was coming up with, you know, as a new, instead of using redstone dust, you can use fill clocks like this. Now I have this commands. They'll test for acid rain in my inventory. But interestingly, where's the redstone that's powering this command block? It's this clay right here. It's doing it. To blow your minds further, I'm going to switch this with air. Now you shouldn't do this in ample. This will cause lag on your server, because what's happening is the air that I'm filling here, a lighting calculation needs to be set in that region to determine what light level that air is, and it's constantly doing that 0.8 times every 0.8 seconds. So do you think this is actually going to run? It does, guys. This is really, really cool. What this means is I can hide redstone blocks in your face, make it transparent like this. So yeah, of course, if you wanted a fill clock kind of speed, all you'd have to do is do like something with the transfer cooldown, and set this to both sides. You do something like this, and this is the fastest hopper clock you can get, and it's gonna work the same way, guys. Very fast, much faster. Again, you're looking at a comparator that has to take one tick to realize that this command block is true, so it could only be so fast, right? So yeah, guys, that's pretty cool. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm pretty sure you can come up with what is useful for this. It's just, or maybe not. It doesn't stop it, and I haven't, you know, switched it off camera or anything. Okay, look at that. Hope you enjoyed, guys. Peace out now.